Hi guys, Dr. Ken Nordberg again. I got another short seminar here for you. Have you ever heard of a short seminar by me? Another short seminar about conditioning and how conditioning can affect your overall success as a hunter of mature bucks. One of the things we normally do, when we fire at a buck, and it goes down, we don't rush to it. We stay back away from it for about 15 minutes. When you do that, you're conditioning any other deer within sight. And when they hear that shot, they're all looking over there, in that direction where that shot was. They're all looking over there wondering what's going on. They're going to stand there and cover all around you. They're looking over there and wondering what happened. Sometimes I think they might have just heard a thunderbolt. They hear that all the time, or kaboom. And what older deer will now, it's just a thunderbolt. If you shoot and your bullet was deflected or exploded when it hit something between you and the deer, and so the deer was unharmed, they are calmly just stand there. And they just stand there because they've been conditioned by what we do. We never rush to a deer that we've shot within 15 minutes. We always stay where we are, but we wait. And by doing that, all these other deer around us don't, when they don't see a hunter moving toward in the area where the sound came from, they don't associate that sound with hunters. And they're more likely to associate that sound with lightning, a bolt of lightning. And quite often, that has given the hunter another opportunity to make sure there's nothing in the way and fire at the deer and get it. And I've taken some like that during those sort of years, and my son John has last year. He had that happen. And that's a good thing. That improves your chances of taking a big buck. It's another form of conditioning. When you're hunting older bucks, never alarm a doe. When I think about this, I'm reminded of a buck I shot. When I finally got up there, I went over to field dress this buck. That doe just ran off just about 50 yards and turned around and started snorting and snorting and snorting at me. Oh, that was an upset doe. During the next 5 years, that darn doe never forgot me. It caught me so many ways. Every time I went through the woods in the dark, like I do all the time, to get to a stand site over in that square mile where that doe lived. Every time I tried to get there by taking a shortcut over the crest of that hill, against the starlit sky, it would start snoring. And like it did the first time, snort, 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 and echoing up and down that valley. And of course, that killed that valley for hunting success that morning, or probably all day. And that doe was just getting revenge on me, it seemed like, every time. We've done this kind of conditioning under other circumstances as well, and it's a good one to remember. Like, for example, my son John took a dominant breeding buck. It was a 9-pointer. It should have been a 10-pointer, but one tine was missing on one side. But he dropped a 9-pointer that was with a doe and fawn. And there were other, it was kind of a large feeding area. There were probably other deer in that feeding area. You hadn't even noticed, you know, once you got a buck in front of you like that, that's all, your eyes are on that one the whole time. Now, but at any rate, after he dropped that one and the doe and fawn left it, he waited. And the doe and fawn weren't that anxious to, they didn't run away. They didn't raise their tails and run away. Our does are reacting differently because of this other conditioning I was talking about. But they took their time leaving and cautiously and looking around and that kind of thing. Now, by waiting 15 minutes or longer if necessary, we don't rush to that buck that's down until all the deer that were in the area have left. They're gone. You know, and that again is a way of conditioning our deer to believe that that shot they heard, that sound, that explosion they heard, or that thunderbolt they heard, is not associated with a hunter. You know, they go away and they never do find out whether that was associated with a hunter or not until you move out there. So we're careful about that. So, how about that? And that pays off over the long run. I don't know how many bucks we've taken over the years by just taking those 2 precautions that we just talked about. Okay? So, you do that, it's going to favor you over time. Except perhaps in areas where you're sharing that hunting area with a lot of other hunters. That might not happen at all. I guess if I was hunting somewhere else, I do my darndest to find an area where we aren't going to be bothered by a lot of other hunters. And it might mean hunting deep in a roadless wilderness area to get away from those. Usually if you get out there a half mile, you aren't going to see other hunters there, or rarely see other hunters there. So if that's what it took, and that's kind of what we do now, really. A lot of spots we hunt are a mile, some even 2 miles, and even a little further from our camp. No roads between us and where we hunt. And a lot of times that's because we take the precaution of widely detouring some spot to get there, so a deer that in the area where we're planning to stand on can't smell us getting there. That happens a lot. So, but keep that in mind. Well, okay, with that, be sure to poke that subscribe button down below. That's for your good and mine. And do that as a favor to me because it's important to my continuation as a hunting seminar speaker here on YouTube. And poke that thumbs up button as well. That's just as important. So thanks guys, and we'll see you again soon. Be sure to visit my website. Here's the link. Here you'll find links to my blog posts, my Twitter account, my YouTube account, my Amazon store with links to my ebooks, my son's eBay store, a money saver if you're ordering from Canada or other countries, my website bookstore, and much more.